Everybody hates squeaky floorboards, right? Especially when it involves waking sleeping babies. Hey guys, I'm James, and in this video I'm going to show you how you can fix your squeaky floorboards through your carpet without having to remove it first and in a safe way. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to be using this kit here called Squeak No More. I've used this kit a lot around the house for all the squeaks, and I can really say it works a treat. I'll leave a link in the description box below so you can have a look for yourself. Now this kit has everything you're going to need in it to fix the squeaks in your house. The only other thing you will need is a drill. It comes with around 50 of these special screws. It's designed so it can be easily snapped off right at this weak point here. So when you drive this down onto your floorboards, it will pull the floorboards down to the joists, eliminating the squeak, and then you can just snap the head right off. So why do your floorboards squeak? The reason your floorboards squeak is because the floorboards are nailed down to the joists that run the length of your flooring. Over time, as the wood expands and contracts, the nails can come loose. When the nails come loose, the wood can move up and down the nail, and that movement and friction between the nail and the wood is what causes the squeaks. What we have to do is secure the floorboards back down to the joists, but firstly we need to find the joist and what direction it runs in. This isn't always the case, but typically the joists will run along the narrower span of the house, so this could give you a good idea of the direction of the joists. To find the position of the joist though, you can do this by simply using a hammer, hitting the floor and listening to the difference in sound. Now I hope you can hear this, but here it sounds hollow and here it sounds solid. So I'm pretty sure that there's a joist around here. Although this is a good way of finding the joist, it's not going to tell you if there are any pipes or cables in the vicinity, which is obviously good to know before you're drilling into the floor. Before blindly drilling into the floor, although it's not absolutely necessary, I would definitely recommend using a joist finder multi-detector. These aren't great at finding the joist through carpet, but what it is good at is it will tell you if there are any electrical cables or metal in the vicinity. Like at the moment it's telling me there's a cable right here, so you should obviously avoid drilling in this area. So we're pretty sure that there's a joist in this area around here from using the hammer method. The detector is telling us that there isn't any electricity cables here, so that's good. But to pin down the direction of the joist, if we run it along where we think the joist is, you can see it's picking up metal. These are the nails that are holding the floorboards to the joist, and they will run along the full length of the joist. So now we can be certain of the direction the joist is running in. In the kit you also get a special joist finding screw. It has a little bit of thread on one end and then a long smooth shaft. So when I drill this down in through the carpet, through the floorboards, if it doesn't hit the joist underneath, you'll be able to pull on this and it will just move freely over that smooth shaft. Okay, so let's try drilling into where we think the joist is, and I marked it here with this screw. Okay, so you see that is moving freely. So let's pull that out. Okay, so let's move over an inch and try again. There you go, I can't pull this out, so I've definitely hit the joist and it's running along this direction. I'll leave the screw there to indicate the position of the joist. Okay, next we're going to be using this special tripod, the screw that I told you about, and also this screwdriver bit. The screwdriver bit has this little collar on, which is literally just a stopper. When used with the tripod, it stops you driving the screw all the way in, leaving the screw just at the right distance off the ground so we can easily snap the screw head off. Okay, so we need to put the tripod in the center of the joist, right over where we identified where the joist was. The screw goes in the hole, and then we need to drive down the screw as far as the tripod will let us. Now here's one thing that's really important. You need to stand as close as you can to the tripod over your joist. to put all your weight down on the floorboards. What this does is push the floorboards down onto the joist so that when you screw it down, it's in contact with the joist and the screw will hold it down flush. Then you just drive it in. And there you go, it's driven the screw down and it's just leaving it slightly proud of the floorboards. Okay, so you've got your first screw in, but I'm going to put another one either side around 4 inches apart of this screw. You may need to put more screws in depending on how bad your squeak is. Okay, let's see if that's sorted out the squeak. Now that is not making any sound at all now, so we're ready to just snap the screw heads off. Now, if you do have more squeaks around your room, you can use a measuring tape to measure typically 400mm or 16 inches across from either side to find your next joist. So once you've found your first joist, it's pretty easy to find the rest. So once you've fixed your squeak, we're ready to snap off the heads of these screws. The tripod has this little gap in it, which takes the screw, and you literally just put it over, head of the screw, knock it to one side or the other, and snap the screw heads right off. Now you can put your full weight on this and you won't feel a thing, as it's snapped off flush with the floorboards and you'd never notice that you just screwed through your carpet. Now this can also be used for if you have squeaks on a hardwood floor or a softwood floor, or even through vinyl flooring. It comes with its own special adapter for these types of situations, but it doesn't work particularly well if you have chipboard flooring. You can get the Squeak No More kit on Amazon for around £30 or $27 in the US, and it's absolutely worth it for the hassle it's saved with not having to remove the carpet first. Thank you all for watching, and please give this video a thumbs up as it will help my channel to grow. If you've got any questions about how to use this kit, just let me know in the comment section below. If you want to see more DIY videos, tutorial videos, please click that subscribe button. Also, don't forget to click the notification bell to be notified when new content is uploaded. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.